Coach, how's it going?
It's fine.
Uh, Thank you for joining us. We will now begin with an opening statement from Coach and then go to questions. Please use the raise hand function to indicate that you would like to ask a question. And, Coach, please go ahead with your opening statement.
Yeah, just a tough ball game in a lot of ways. I don't know if I guess both sides felt like that thing would never end, but it did. We certainly had to contain them, and I thought we did such a good job of that, particularly after the first inning. I thought Kumar was really good. He righted himself and got deep into the ball game. Then after that, Maldonado did a nice job of being able to contain them. He had to pitch out of I think it was second and third, 2 outs when he came in. It became that anyway. We kind of messed around with the ball a little bit, but he did a nice job. Murph certainly was good, and McIlvain after the leadoff double, just containing the runner there. Hitting wise, certainly Gonzalez's 2-run home run in the fourth was. With 2 outs was a big hit, and Carter later on in the game and certainly finishing it up, but just a tough ball game.
All right, we'll go to questions. We'll start with Adam Sparks.
Yeah, Tim, Jason Gonzalez, your number 9 hitter. You've had number 9 hitters come up real big in Omaha before. Tyler Campbell, Julian Infante, Riley Reynolds. How do you make sure players recognize their value in that spot at the bottom of the lineup and perform well?
Well, I think more than anything else, regardless of where they are positioned, it's just staying true to themselves and what they do well, whether they're a skill guy, whether they're a power guy. Gonzo did a nice job of that tonight. I thought he had some very good professional at-bats. He peeled off the breaking ball there, his next to last at bat, but I thought that was a pretty good at bat up until that time. Certainly staying inside the ball and spinning the ball out of the ballpark, that takes a strong man to do that. And at the end, it's just they're positioned in such a way where they have to be in order to try to contain the game themselves. So it's one of those situations that it's basically touching the ball, and that ball just found an area of the field that wasn't covered.
Thanks.
All right, next we'll go to Robbie Weinstein.
Hey, Tim. They entered the game leading the NCAA, I think, in batting average and had 9 hits in 12 innings, which is pretty reasonable. What did you think your whole staff really did so well pretty much all game long after the first?
Well, I think as far as Kumar was concerned, I thought he landed the breaking ball. I thought he was more attacking after the first inning. Those first innings are difficult on any pitcher. First time here. The game as a whole is a very difficult one in this tournament. But I thought Kumar just started landing his pitches. I mean, we only walked 1 hitter. So that says a lot about the pitching staff. I thought they were efficient. Kumar had to be in order to get deep into that ball game into the 6th. Maldonado was landing his breaking ball, but I thought we elevated the fastball pretty well in certain situations and threw it just off the plate enough to where it ran off their bat.
All right, next up we'll have Chris Lee.
Tim, that was a tough spot there for Chris. He gives up a double as they flip the lineup over and holds him at second. Just talk about the job that he did there in the 12th.
Very good. I thought he contained himself so well and pitched well. That is to me, that's a murderer's row right there. Jacob Berry is just such a special hitter. And he got him to pop up, and then after that, it was the tough strikeout on Bossier, who is an outstanding hitter, and then getting the next out. But that lineup, particularly in the top 4 or 5, is just so devastating. 6, I mean, they're just good. But I thought he just bared down when he had to. That was a tough spot for McIlvain. He come in and Williams hits a double, and then just being able to hold it together. And it's a tough moment for that kid. That'll help him going forward.
All right, next up, Aria Gearson.
Tim, what did you see from, how did it feel to see Jason get those clutch hits today, especially, being a senior, being the 9-hitter and, with everything that he's been through with this program?
Sure. I mean, it's always good to see a good kid come up for your team. Any of them, I'm always happy for him. Jason he's team guy, always has been. Regardless of whether he's in the lineup or out of the lineup, he never changes his personality. He's a phenomenal kid. He'll be one of those guys I'll always be close to. But it's good to see what he did throughout the game. He was just very consistent in his at-bats and his approach. Drew a tough walk in the 7th, before Carter hit that, when Bradfield hit him in. Of course, the home run, and then the hit at the end. So he just had a good night. He had a professional night. Happy for him.
All right, next up, Gentry.
Yeah, Tim, how much confidence do you think the guys take from the fact that you did have so many different guys step up down the stretch to get this done?
Yeah, I think the first game's the toughest game to play, obviously, especially if it's a lot of guys who haven't played before. But to your point, we utilized a bench. We utilized a lot of pitching. It was an expensive game as far as pitching was concerned. But I think anytime you win a game like this where we were in deficit mode several times and had to come back, and then we had to come back later in the game, and then we took a gut punch in the 9th when they tied it up, and then we took another gut punch when we had the bases loaded, 1 out, and couldn't score them. And you could feel they were deflated a little bit, like kids would be. But I thought they hung tough, and the pitching allowed us to do that. If we don't pitch the way we do, then we don't get those moments. But I thought they hung tough. We actually hit the ball pretty well towards the end of the game. I think that 8th inning, we rallied off some good swings. Parker Nolan lined out, Vaz lined out, CJ got the single, but really had nothing to show for it. Then in other areas, we just weren't able to put the bat on the ball. We kind of chased the moment a little bit too hard. But I think as a whole, anytime you win a game like that in the manner that we did, it wasn't easy. It was long. I think it gives you a certain amount of confidence, as it should.
Teddy Cahill.
You mentioned the pitching being expensive there. What now do you have to get out of Murphy and Maldonado to get them ready for Monday? And just where do you feel like those guys are at?
Yeah, I won't know that. I mean, I think a good recovery day tomorrow. Our strength coach does a good job of that after an outing. But Luke threw a sizable amount of pitches for a reliever. Maldo did as well. McIlvain was short dose. And we've got other guys, but those, between Murph and Maldonado, those are certainly key pieces. But that's okay. We'll go to another arm and try to get some recovery with Maldonado and Murph. And thank goodness the way the tournament's spaced out a little bit, it gives you a day. So we'll see. We'll just kind of take it day by day.
All right. Thank you, Coach.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Next up, we'll be joined by Jason Gonzalez. Same thing. If you have a question, please use the raise hand function. Jason, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. All right. First question will go to Robbie Weinstein.
Hey, Jason, considering everything you've gone through at Vanderbilt and missing last season, how does it feel to be able to get the walk-off hit in a huge moment like that?
It was great. It's just a dream come true to be here, be in this situation. We've all worked so hard to get to this moment, so it's a pretty special moment.
Was there ever a time where you weren't sure whether you were going to even be back at Vanderbilt and be in position to do something like that?
No, not at all. I knew after last year, I was coming back. I had talked to Corbs over my break, and he was helping me with whatever I needed, and I knew I was coming back to school for sure.
All right, next up we'll go to Adam Sparks.
Yeah, Jason, you're in the number 9 spot. That's not a place where you expect a whole lot of hits to come from. What was your approach when Corbs put you in that spot?
I would have the same approach if he put me any higher in the lineup. I'm just glad I'm in the 9th because I get to see a lot more at bats. I get to see a lot more pitches, and when I get up to the plate, I get to know what the pitcher has and what he can land and not. So I think my approach would be the same if I'm at the bottom, top, middle. Yeah, it wouldn't matter.
Thanks.
All right, and then Chris Lee.
Jason, you're down 1-2 in that last at bat. You're facing a strike thrower. What were you thinking there? Were you thinking were you looking for a certain pitch? Were you looking to put a certain pitch in play in a certain spot? Just walk me through your thought process as you're going through that pitch.
My whole thought process was just try to get a ball over the plate, put the ball in play, and hopefully something good happens out of it. And thankfully, something good happened out of that pitch.
All right, and then next up we'll go to Aria.
Yeah, so he already asked part of my question, but then the home run, your home run in the 6th inning, 5th inning, whichever inning it was. What was your approach to that at bat?
Kind of the same thing. Try to get a ball over the plate. We knew that the opposing pitcher had good stuff, so just try to get a ball over the plate and put the ball in play. That was my game plan, and I was able to do so.
All right, thank you, Jason.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for participating. You can find recording of this press conference in the NCAA Digital Media Hub at www.ncaa.veritone.com, and transcripts are available at www.ncaa.com/transcripts. Thank you for joining.
All right, thanks everyone for joining us. We'll begin with an opening statement from Coach and then go to questions, and just a reminder to use your raise hand function. Welcome, Coach. We'll start with the opening statement.
Yeah, great college baseball game. 2 really good teams with really good players. Credit to Vanderbilt. Put a few more quality at bats together, continued to put pressure on us. Felt like we were on the ropes every inning, doing everything we could to get out of it, and just came up a little bit short. Disappointed for our players, but we'll be ready to go on Monday.
All right, first up, we have Brian Savick. If you wish to ask questions.
Good evening, Coach, and thank you for being here. Vanderbilt came into the College World Series as the defending national champion and stole the headlines, if you will, with their great pitching. As a result, all the pressure was on them. Knowing this, did this help you guys at all in terms of playing really loose and playing your best brand of baseball?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the opponent had anything to do with our deal or our approach. I think we have mature players, players that have had success, players that know what it takes to have success, players that know what their best character is. And, I thought we came out very well and in character. Sometimes the game is hard when you're playing a good opponent and a good pitcher like we did tonight with their starter and the few guys out of the bullpen. So, and then they put a lot of pressure on you, with the speed and athleticism throughout that lineup and force you into fast catch situations. So I'm comfortable with how we competed. There's nothing relative to that I have any disappointment about.
Moving on, we'll have Michael Lev up next.
Hey there, Jay. Specifically in regard to the offensive approach tonight, you guys had 1 walk and 19 strikeouts. Do you think that the guys were maybe pressing or trying to do too much up there a little bit?
No. I mean, somebody's going to give that dude $7 million here in a couple weeks. So, no.
Brian Peterson.
Jay, can you go through the decision to go with Preston as your first reliever as opposed to maybe Riley, or going with a lefty maybe?
Yeah, we liked what Chase had done against Bradfield and Young the first couple times through the order, and he was the most similar. And, obviously being a fifth-year guy, we thought he'd be poised and come in and throw strikes and pitch down in the zone. And he left the fastball right over the middle of the plate, and Young hit it.
Brian Savick.
Yeah, Coach, it was well documented going into this game that you guys were going up against prolific pitcher and Kumar Rocker. That being said, how crucial was it for Chase Silseth to come out and match Rocker pitch for pitch, keep you guys well within the game, and give yourself a chance to win at the end?
Yeah, Chase did a great job tonight. I think he ran out of gas at 105. It was his pitch count. Competed extremely hard, and we didn't make it easy on him. I don't think it went as an error, but we should have made that play in the first inning in the outfield, which he had to make more pitches there to get out of an inning with runner on scoring position. I thought he competed great. I'm very pleased with what Chase did, and I think he showed his character, his ability tonight in terms of how he executed and made it hard on them.
Michael Lev.
The situation there at the end, what's the strategy as far as the middle infielders? Did you think about putting them as double play depth, or is it always infield in when that's the score and the space is loaded?
The problem is the runner at third, and they have a very fast team all the way through the order. If it's hit slowly, okay, we're not going to have a chance to turn it. Nick's got to be able to come in and be able to get the force at home to keep the game going. Just credit Gonzalez. I mean, he just got inside it and threw it just enough to punch it through there. We wanted to give ourselves a chance to win, and so we're playing to win.
Brian Peterson.
Did you think that during those middle innings where when Rocker was getting the groove, that looking back, that maybe if you'd been able to get another run in that first inning, that things would have been different? Or what was he doing that suddenly got him settled in?
Well, I think, again, credit to our guys for coming out ready and in plan, and then he kind of kicked it into another gear. Breaking ball got a little bit sharper, actually held his velocity pretty well. And, when you got to get started, when it's up there at 96 and 97, he can make you chase. As detailed as we put work into it, as good as our guys have been at that, he kind of found another gear. And so you tip your hat to him, and it's why he's going to be a very valued commodity and why he gets the attention that he gets.
Michael Lev.
Yeah, right toward the end of Chase's outing, there was a walk on a pitch that seemed to be a strike. Did it look like a strike from your vantage point in the dugout?
Yes.
Sorry, Michael, continue.
The last time you did this, you had a lot of experience, in the loser's bracket, playing in elimination games. What can you draw on from that time that you can maybe use to help your team this time?
Yeah, I think it's a baseball game against Stanford and Arizona on Monday, and we want to win that game, and we want to play our best in that game to give us an opportunity to win that game. I think if you look too much further beyond that, it complicates Monday, and these guys love playing together, and we want to continue to play together and want to keep going. I think we have enough pitching to work our way back through it, but it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is Monday, and so everything will be about Monday.
And we'll go with our final question here, Brian Savick.
Yeah, Coach, Enrique Bradfield Jr. came into today's game leading the nation in stolen bases with 46. How great of an emphasis was it in the game plan to keep Bradfield from reaching base, considering that he gets on and steals bases at a very high rate?
Well, they're tough to play, and he was 1 for 4, walked twice, so he was on base 3 times, didn't steal any bases, but he really makes you adjust what you're doing. And there's very few game-changing players with that kind of dynamic in college baseball. So, as I said yesterday, he's incredibly disruptive. I'm happy we were able to keep him from stealing bases. I think if, would have been nice to keep him and a couple other guys off base a little bit more, but they did just enough offensively where it seemed like we were on the ropes every inning. I mean, the game was almost over in the 9th of the 10th there, where we had the bases loaded, 1 out, and then got the strikeout ground ball to get out of it. The leadoff guy was on, it seemed like, the last 3 or 4 innings for them. So, again, I thought our guys competed well. I thought they got a string of quality at-bats one more time than we did. And, that's why they are who they are.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Have a good rest of your evening. We'll be joined by Chase Silseth momentarily. All right, welcome to the podium, Chase. We can start with questions. Raise your hand if you have any questions. Michael Lev.
I know it probably doesn't feel good when you lose the game, but you pitched extremely well tonight. How do you feel about your performance? What was working for you out there?
I thought the fastball command was really working for me really well. Being able to locate that pretty low, lower part of the strike zone to get a lot of ground balls, as you saw today. And, I felt really good about my performance. I was just battling out there, competing to give my team a chance to win. And I felt like I did that, so I did my job. And then always have trust going to the bullpen with my guys. And I'm backing them full after that. So I thought I gave my team a chance to win, and I did my job.
Brian Peterson.
The pitch to Gonzalez that he was able to put out, was that something that just missed the spot?
No, it was a strike.
The one that he put out?
Oh, the one that he put out. Oh, shoot,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the one I put out, that was the one pitch I'd take away from the whole game. I thought that was the one bad pitch I made. Left it up in the zone for him to, hit out of the ballpark. So on that pitch, I'd just take that one away. Other than that, we were sitting pretty solid.
Michael Lev.
You knew that you were going to be going up against Kumar Rocker or maybe Jack Leiter, and either way, one of the most famous pitchers in college baseball. How did you approach that matchup? Were you fired up to duel against one of those guys?
Oh, for sure. You see all the talk and hype on them, and it's awesome what they're doing. A lot of respect to those guys. So yeah, it was awesome. But I was just trying to enjoy the moment. I thought I was going to be a little bit more amped up, and but I kept my cool, and I just enjoyed the moment. And it was fun going up against Rocker himself. What he's done this year is awesome. To compete against him and Vanderbilt was, a dream come true. And hats off to those guys. But yeah, it was really fun, really fun.
Michael, do you have a follow-up?
I do, yes. Were you nervous out there?
Oh, not at all. Coming in, waking up, I thought I was going to be, but it's just another game. With all these fans and everybody, they're just coming to watch us play our best brand of baseball, and that's what I was thinking. So, what was there to be nervous about? We're just playing a game.
All right, Chase, we appreciate your time this evening. You have a good rest of your night, and good luck to you on Monday.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Again, you can find these recordings on the NCAA Digital Media Hub at ncaa.veritone.com and ncaa.com/transcripts. Have a good evening, everyone.